What would you do if your old life, well, you tried to integrate your old life with your new life? Well, this kind of happens on episode 5 of Bel Air, but let's talk about it. Well, before we get into it, let's hit that subscribe button, that like button, and share if you like. But welcome. Um, so obviously in episode 5, we see that Trey has traveled to LA from Philly, and obviously because Rashad has been killed, he's no longer a threat to Will. You're seeing the table sort of turn in his head, where you're hearing his mom's telling him that, oh, it's time, you can come back now. Trey saying that, oh, can't wait for you to come back. And you can tell that Will has sort of enjoyed where he's at. He loves LA. He loves staying at his family. He loves to go bel-air prep. And, having your friend come back from home, come into this new environment that you're in, you see the difference between them. You see the difference on how Will's acting, Trey's all believing that, yep, done. You're coming home. You're gonna be back on the team. You're gonna be playing. You're gonna be doing everything like how we used to. It's gonna be back to the same old P's and Q's, same day in, same day out. It's just doesn't seem like that's how what Will wants. From the start of the episode, you can see it straight away. But also in the episode, Hilary is moving out. She's officially moving in to her, what's the word I'm looking for? Her influencer house, and she hosts a party with all the influencers coming in with the family, just so everyone can get to know each other. And also we know that Phil is still doing his campaign, and he gets the questions in. While this dinner has been recorded, he does talk about how Hilary was pre she was premature, she was early, like she's a fighter, he believes and he trusts her to do everything that she wants to do, and he believes that she will make the best out of it. Great thing for a father to say. You have to admit that is perfect. That's what you always want to hear your father say to you, regardless. So that obviously helps him in his polls with his voting cast, and everyone thinks that he's more human. But there is another side of the police and everyone just sort of now deeming him as a bad guy. There's so many things wrong with this. There's so many things wrong with that whole section. It's kind of crazy. But the real kicker of the episode, this episode, and if you haven't watched it yet, this is a big spoiler. So either go watch it and come back, or stay here for the spoiler alerts. So let's go. Trey basically tells Carlton that his dad got Will out of trouble. Now, everyone else, well, not everyone else knows, but Trey basically tells Carlton that Will would have been killed, Will having the gun charges and everything like that. So even Carlton's just getting pissed. Carlton's annoyed and he is fuming. Not great look. So Carlton obviously goes and questions his dad about it, and his dad tells him the full story. Now Carlton is pissed. Now Carlton's using this information basically to blackmail his dad, and he basically goes up to Will and be like, "Look, I know what happened. I know you're gonna put a gun on me, aren't you?" And all that nonsense. So basically, Carlton basically tells him, "All right, cool. I ain't gonna say nothing. Stay away from Lisa," because Will and Lisa have been getting really close, and Carlton still loves Lisa, but she does not want to have anything to do with him. So there's a lot of problems going on that route completely. So we can tell what madness is going to happen. Now the question is, what's going to break it for episode 6? Because in episode 6 we know that something's going to happen where it's either it's going to come out that Phil helped Will get out of these charges, or Carlton's going to say something to someone about Will. There's a lot that is to break down in episode 6. I haven't watched a trailer for that yet, but episode 5 was really good. Episode 5 was a breakdown of how the family and how different types of family members are going to react to certain things. We see how Carlton is handling the issue that he now knows why Will is in Bel Air. We see how Uncle Phil is acting know that Carlton knows, so it can't. He's scared. He's scared because he knows that if it comes out, then his career to become district attorney is not gonna go as well as you think it would be. Um, Trey and Will get into an argument because Will's basically saying, "I don't know if I want to come home." Now, your friend, has that thought pattern of you're coming home. It doesn't matter. You're coming home. Like he's already driven it into his head that he's been planning everything that you're gonna do. But when Will says that, you see the flip of a switch. Trey's like, you know what? That's just like that's it. You don't care about me. That's it. It's it's a problem that is in today's generation. It is where some people will think of something that's going to happen, and if it doesn't go to the way that they expect it to, they switch on you very, very quickly. Now, obviously, when Will and before Trey leaves, they have a heart to heart, and Will's like, I can't just think of everything as West Bel-Air. I need to be able to believe that there's more out there in life. And Trey's like, not for me. Trey's like, he's as if he's stuck in West Bel-Air, West Philly, not West Bel-Air, West Philly. So, episode 5 was sort of heart wrenching because you saw a friendship sort of die. I don't think that is completely dead, but you do see the friendship sort of take a hit. It takes a big hit because of this news, because Will doesn't feel like to go home. And he does tell his mum, and even his mum looks like she has been defeated. Now, it's not great, but it is to build up Will's story. Now, it's to build up the fact that Uncle Phil did pulled strings to get him out of jail. It's stories, lines of Will and Lisa, Carlton and Will getting into school. Maybe Carlton's accidentally going to tell his friend who got a restraining order. I can't remember his name because he's that insignificant right now. But we know that in the next couple episodes, from what I know, there's 5 episodes left. There's only 10 episodes in this first season. I'm not sure if they're doing any more, but we have to think about what storyline is going to go. If there's going to be a cliffhanger at the end of it, which more or less there probably will be, but it's going to be trouble. Aunt Viv, oh, yeah. So the episode, Aunt Viv, how she's going to handle it when she finds out that Carlton knows. There's so many ins and outs, and they do have a special, there's so many ins and outs, sorry. There are so many ins and outs on how this is going to go. But we do have we do have a special appearance from the rapper D Smoke. Yeah, D Smoke does do a performance. Obviously, they go to his concert in the show, which I believe they filmed real and live. But again, that is they're getting on celebrities now, musicians. So we're gonna see that sort of combination come through later on down the line. But again, this episode was pretty interesting. You see the friendship die. You do sort of see a friendship die, but I feel like it's going to be renewed and it's going to be stronger than ever once Trey gets over it, if they allow that. And we're going to see what happens between Lisa and Carlton, because Carlton does try to kiss Lisa and she backs off. She literally goes to kiss her and she's like, no, 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 no. So that relationship's going to be interesting coming forward. And it's going to be interesting to see what she does when Will obviously continues to ignore her, and Carlton maybe we just might blurt it out that this is the reason why he's here. There's a lot to come in the next 5 episodes, so let's see. But thank you all for jumping in. If you do like what you've been seeing, if you do like to know when I upload next, please hit that subscribe button, that notification button, and spam that like button if you want. And obviously, if you've watched it all the way here through, thank you all. And if you want to see any of the other videos that I do, they're right here in the comments. They're right here, right here. Endgame and Naomi. So, hey. But thank you all for jumping in, and I'll see you next time. Peace.